Way south of the big busy center of Mexico City, there's a place full of water. It's a bunch of old canals and it's called Xochimilco. You'll see bright, colorful boats called trajineras floating on the water. Music and laughter fill the air. Families and friends love to come here. They come to see the colors, the busy life, and floating gardens called chinampas. But not everything that floats here is happy. There's an island people whisper about, the island of the dolls. It's not a playground, it's a place to remember something sad, a scary reminder of something terrible. The story of the island of the dolls starts like a lot of scary stories do, with something very sad, something terrible and sudden happened. A long, long time ago. Nobody knows the exact day anymore. It's like the dark water washed it away. A little girl died here. We don't know all the details. It's like bits and pieces of an old story. Like an old photo that's been ripped. Some people say she was playing near the water. Others whisper that she was on a boat with her family. The canals in Xochimilco are pretty, but they can also be dangerous. Especially for kids or anyone not being careful. She drowned. Her life ended too soon. They found her body in the dark water around this one special. It was an island that was just like any other before that. Just another piece of good land for growing things in all those canals. But when she died, it changed the island. It made the dirt, the trees, and even the air feel sad. Like a sad sound that stayed behind, from her last fight to live. The water that took her life now washed up on the shores of what would become her creepy memorial. It must have been so quiet after it happened. Some people think that quietness never really went away. Then, a man named Don Julián Santana came into this sad story. He was a man who liked to be alone. He decided to leave his family and his busy life in the city. He went to this faraway island in the Xochimilco canals to find peace, or maybe something else. He started taking care of it. He lived there all by himself, like a hermit. He was like its protector. People say that Don Julián found the little girl's body, or in other stories he just heard about what happened to her soon after he got there. Whether he saw it or just heard about it, it affected him a lot. He said the little girl's spirit haunted the island. He said he heard her whisper, her cries, her footsteps when it was quiet at night. He felt like she was there, like a nervous feeling in the air, a sadness that soaked into the ground he farmed. To make her spirit happy, and to keep himself safe from her if she was angry, Don Julián started doing something strange. He found a doll floating in the water, near where the girl drowned. Maybe it was her doll. He hung it from a tree. It was a little gift, a way to remember her, or maybe, like a shield to protect him, but that one doll was just the start. One doll wasn't enough. The dolls. They are what makes this island so famous, its creepy special mark. Now imagine not just one or two dolls, but hundreds of them, maybe even thousands, hanging onto everything they can. They hang from tree branches like weird, scary fruit. Their plastic bodies swing a little in the wind. Some are nailed to the walls of the small, broken-down huts. Others are leaning against fences with their heads flopped over. They are everywhere, like an army of thrown-away things. A quiet audience watching the island's lonely story without even blinking. These aren't new, clean dolls from a kid's room. Time, bad weather, and nobody taking care of them has made them look awful. Lots of them are covered in dirt. Their clothes, which used to be bright, are now faded, ripped, and rotting. Some are missing arms or legs. An arm here, a leg there. Some don't have heads. Others have heads with empty holes for eyes. Dark, empty holes that look like they're staring right through you. Or even worse, like they're watching you wherever you go. Some dolls are burned, their plastic skin melted and twisted into ugly shapes. Their smiles, that used to look sweet, now look mean and scary. There's so many different kinds. It's amazing. Baby dolls, dress-up dolls, old dolls made of china, big ones and small ones. Some have messy hair, tangled with spider webs and dirt. Others have smooth, bald heads. Section 5. Gifts from the thrown away, where the island's people came from. So where did all these quiet, watching dolls come from? They came from all different places, just like they all look different. When he first started, Don Julián found a lot of them himself. He searched all around the canals. He looked through the trash floating in the water. He pulled them out of the dark, dirty water. These were the dolls that were lost, or that nobody wanted anymore. Dolls that kids threw away because they got too old for them. Or maybe they were dolls that were already a little bit weird, a little bit creepy, even before they got to the island. He didn't see them as trash. He thought they would be friends for the lost spirit. He would also trade things, the few vegetables and fruits he grew on his little piece of land. Sometimes he would trade them with people in boats passing by, not for money, but for more dolls. Slowly, people in the canals started to hear about his strange collection and what he was doing. Section 6. A trip people make today, why the island still pulls people in. Today the island of the dolls isn't the lonely private place it used to be. Don Julián is gone now, but what he left behind, all those creepy dolls you can see and touch, is still there. The island is still there, hidden away in the twisting canals of Xochimilco. No living people officially live there, not in the usual way. Don Julián's family, especially his nephew Anastasio, stayed connected to the island for a while. They knew it had a strange way of drawing you in. They knew it was special, even if it was a dark kind of special. The island is now a place tourists visit. It's a popular spot for people who like spooky and mysterious things. Just getting there is an adventure. It's a long boat ride through the canals that twist and turn, far away from the music bands and people selling flowers. The trip there makes you feel like something is about to happen. Or maybe, it makes you feel more and more nervous. Boat drivers, if you pay them, will take there to this hidden place. They know how to get there. They've seen the faces of so many visitors. Some look excited, some look worried. Why do people come? What makes them want to visit this sad, rotting place? Maybe they're just curious. They want to see something that's not normal. Something that's on the edge of everyday life. For other people, they might just like creepy things. They get a thrill from facing something scary. Some might come because they're really interested in the old stories. Section 7. Sounds in the dark stories from people who were there. People who visit the island of the dolls often take away more than just pictures. They take away stories, feelings, a nervous feeling that stays with them. Lots of visitors have said strange things happen to them. Things they can't really explain. Things they remember long after they've left the island. Most often they talk about the dolls. It seems like the dolls are not always just still things. Gap 2S. Or at least, that's what the stories say. People often say they hear whispers. Quiet voices that are hard to understand. It sounds like they're coming from the dolls, or just from the air around them. Some visitors promise they've seen the dolls move, like a head turning just a little bit, or an eyelid moving really fast. Eyes that look like they're following them when they walk by. They're not big, showy movements, just small, creepy little moves. Just enough to make you wonder, to make you ask yourself if you really saw it. Are their minds playing tricks? Is it just because they expect something spooky because of the island's scary name? Or is something else going on? Something that doesn't make sense in a normal way. Remember, the dolls are supposed to be friends for a spirit. Pictures and videos taken on the island sometimes show weird things, like strange balls of light. Section 8. Stories made in the shadows, the island's dark old tales. Besides the main story about Don Julián and the girl who drowned, other spooky stories have stuck to the island of the dolls, like vines growing all over an old tree. These stories are part of the old tales of Xochimilco. The boat drivers tell them. People who live near the canals whisper them. They make the island sound even more creepy and dark than it already is. Some people say the little girl's spirit isn't the only one there. They say other lost souls, who got lost in the canals a long, long time ago, have also come to the island, pulled in by the island's strange feeling. One story that people keep telling is that the dolls aren't just trying to make the girl's spirit happy, but that her spirit, or something else, has made them come alive. Or maybe other spirits that are not so nice. They say that at night, after the last tourist boat leaves, the dolls come alive. They whisper to each other. They move around in the trees. Their eyes glow a little bit in the dark. This is the kind of stuff you have nightmares about, of course, but on an island like this one, it's easy for those stories to grow. They really stick. Section 9. The stare that never blinks. A question that stays in the tall grass. The island of the dolls. La Isla de las Muñecas. It's still a place that makes you feel very uneasy. It's like a monument to sad things, to someone not being able to stop thinking about something, and to things we just can't explain. Many, many years have gone by since the first doll was hung from a tree. Since Don Julián started his lonely watch. Yet the island can still bother you, and it can still make you very curious. That hasn't changed. It lasts. Much like the empty stares of all its many dolls, they've been through storms. They've seen winter, spring, summer, and fall come and go. They've watched so many visitors come and go. What's the real story of this place? Is it just an empty island, full of rotting old things from a troubled man's strange hobby? Just a bunch of plastic and cloth, slowly falling apart in the wind and rain? Are the whispers just the sound of the wind in the trees? Are the moving eyes just tricks of light and shadows, made worse by people imagining things? Is that feeling of being watched just your mind reacting to a very creepy, but maybe normal place? Maybe, that's the sensible answer, the one that lets you sleep well at night. But then, there are all those stories, the things people say happen to them, that really heavy, almost crushing feeling you get at the place, and how some people truly believe that spirits live here.